All right,
next.
Montreal at number 5 is on the clock. Nick.
All right.
You can't trade down, Nick.
Listen here, Habs fans. This is very important.
Nick, make me proud, please.
This is very important. If the Habs don't have Demidov available because he's been picked, and they don't have Lindstrom available, I think that the best move to do is not reach for somebody like a Tijiginla, who is more projected to go 8 to 11, let's say. I would not draft Berkeley Catton, even though I love Berkeley Catton. I would not draft him because I just feel like we have a lot of players that are in similar mindsets or similar size, similar. I want to draft something that I think this team will benefit from for years to come, and that is Ziv Boehm.
Oh.
Now, Arpin Basu had mentioned already that that's a possibility, that they are looking at him. Could be all smoke, right? We don't know. But listen, if Matheson will end up getting traded because, like it or not, he doesn't fit the age demographic of the Canadians right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he just had 62 points last year. Who's going to replace those points? Could it be Lane Hudson? Sure, it might be. But I think Boehm is absolutely a star in the making. He's offensive. He could play all kinds of minutes. He moves the puck. He's great in transition. And that's what Matheson does great, right? So for me, you replace Matheson eventually, whether it's this year or next year, you're going to have to replace him sooner or later with Ziv Boehm. You could have Reinbacher as his other side because Ziv Boehm is left, Reinbacher is right. And all of a sudden, you have a top pairing for the next decade or two. Ziv Boehm broke records in his collegiate career. He became the first freshman to ever win the NCHC Player of the Month, led all NCHC players in points per game, assists, plus minus. Like, you're talking about one of the best defensemen available in this draft. I think that Habs would be lucky to get him. And again, if Demidov's not available, Lindstrom is not available, I'd rather trade Matheson for a forward and grab Ziv Boehm to replace him.
Listen, in the perfect world, I'd rather they trade down. But because we're not doing trade downs or anything, I think Boehm would be our number one defenseman on the Habs. I don't think any of the Habs defensemen right now, even young ones, are at the level of Boehm. So he would be our number one defenseman. So for anybody to say it's a bad pick, this is not a Reinbacher pick.
And this is not a knock on. This is not a knock on Lane Hudson. This is not a knock on Lane Hudson.
No.
But if you could have Boehm, Lane Hudson,
Gouli, Mailloux, and Reinbacher.
Mailloux, Reinbacher, you're talking about a potential championship level defense, right? We still need work on the top 6 forwards. Don't get me wrong, but Demidov's not there. Lindstrom's not there. I'd rather get something that's going to help me win a championship. And I think Boehm could help me win a championship.
I like that you didn't reach. You didn't, like you said, you didn't reach.
And he's BPA, best player available in my opinion.
Exactly.
I agree. Look, you guys all know by now, he's my crush of this draft. I would even consider taking him over Levshunov if I had to make a choice for for any of the teams. He's that good. So I agree. You can't pass up the difference between Boehm and what the Canadians have on defense, as opposed to maybe trading down and getting like a Tejagilna and what he could bring. I think they have enough assets to go get that forward. But a defenseman like Boehm, to go get him already seasoned, it's going to cost you. No one's gonna give that away. Exactly.
Nobody trades number one defenseman.
So I agree 100%. Boehm is the pick there.
All right. Well,